Hello, this is the Total War Gamer. This is going to be my first video, and for my first video, as a challenge, I'm thinking of starting a game as Germany, but with one catch. As Germany, but with no tanks. That's it. I cannot use tanks in this video, and I can only use infantry. Let's start the fun. Also in this video, I will be showing you with a little bit of aspects of my general knowledge of Hoi 4, as this is not my first game of Hoi 4, even though there's lots to be improved, but everyone can improve in their life. Everything else will be historical, nothing more and nothing less. The only thing different will be that I cannot use tanks. Light tanks are useless, so we'll get them out of here, and we'll need a lot of planes, and we do not need, I don't like medium, using medium airframes, and we can begin. I'll first train a lot of infantry divisions, deploy them as fast as I possibly can. After we'll remilitarize the Rhineland, I'd want to go to Führerprinzip and get Reichslister Goebbels, as he can get me the war economy much faster. Know what I would normally get. There is remilitarization of the Rhineland and Führerprinzip. To increase, we'll use me for build architect, and as soon as we can, just start spamming them out and focus heavily on guns and artillery and towed anti-air, as it's crucial for the run, as it's cheap for what its value, and it's really good. Of course, we'll be adding it later when we need it. Right now, we need to get out as many divisions as fast as possible, so we can get the Anschluss, which means our army must be 24 times bigger. Now, what does this mean is that when we get the opportunity, we have it immediately. We won't have to wait for a lot longer than we would have to. And there we go. War economy is has been reached, and now we will start the 4-year plan. Again, out. Make sure upgrade is down low as well. Lowest priority. Now, the Austrian army grows around to 9 to 11 or 12 divisions, and obviously with natural focus, with natural decisions that we'll be able to lower it. And then the point is, we need to get Anschluss as fast as possible. and just constantly spam out these troops. And look at that, we can already do it. But first, we need to get reorganizing the Wehrmacht, and then Anschluss will be available to us. More guns, more equipment. We should, a little tip for Hoi 4 if you're starting new, or if you didn't know it. For the MIOs, you should always get the ones that have production, and then if you're soft attack, then the rest. It's just better. And it improves your gameplay significantly. Now next we're going to get for labor, Reichsminister for labor, very good boosts, production efficiency growth, and along with a lot of other things like factory output, dockyard output. Unfortunately, it does have stability and resistance growth and compliance growth speed, which is bad, but can't get everything you want in life. We should have enough, but just to be sure, and make sure you get Reichsminister Hermann Göring before some of these, because he gives you a minus 20%, minus 2.5% in fighter production, which is massive. And there we go, Anschluss is already done. And now we can immediately go down and get Party Chancellor Bormann. He is better, by far. And these, I just normally just save myself the headache and just throw them out. And there we have Bormann. Now we are going to go for the Institute price controls, and then we will go down the accelerate the rearmament program on both ways, and make sure you get the consume good the RWE, as it gives you that consumer goods factor minus 5%, which it's better than nothing. Already 15 mils, and we haven't even put 15 civs, and we already have around 43 mils, and it hasn't even been 1937. There we go, we press controls, now these two, and then we can continue from there. And this just is ugly. It's a headache. No one needs a headache of the current Air Force. Make sure you always put some mills in registry, just in case you need them, like just in case you didn't notice. And look at the amount we have now. This is perfection. This is beautiful. Oh, but we do need 6 more. I forgot to add that, so a mistake on my part. We now have two options. We can either use cavalry, but what I will do is I will use these. I will use the mountaineers. They're very good, and and they can be used as tanks. for the agency which will be constructing now. And as always, Spain is in a mess, but you should probably send them a couple of divisions. Maybe. I say maybe because I don't always find it really helpful. I don't really find it that's worth my time. And there is the app where the app has been completed. Now, when we should localize training, then unfortunately name pills, and then we'll see from there. Probably from the cryptology department. I don't really pro tip, don't accept it. It's not really useful for the to accept the Danish trade agreement. It's not really worth it, in my opinion. There's no legal or not legal. There is no benefit since you'll invade them anyway, and it's just not worth it. Now what we're gonna do is gonna in the USSR, the Soviet Union, we will be building intel networks to help us. And since this is already now, we will have enough to demand Sudetenland and then eventually the fate of Czechoslovakia. Remember to keep up your research, as it's very vital, and obviously make sure that you, if you have the DLCs, put the MIOs in place. They help you a lot. If not, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Not everyone can afford them. I almost didn't get them. I only got them because of my experience and because I know I would enjoy them and that they would be a good investment for me. And now we are going to begin engineering company, sport artillery, and we will leave it at that for now. Put this at elite. We'll need that rubber processing, and make sure that you constantly put your divisions not even 1938, and we can immediately get the Russia. We can immediately we got the Sudetenland, which will give us not a lot of stuff, but what's more importantly is that it will give us the base plate or a stepping stone to have to do fate of Czechoslovakia. And remember, use a PP over extensive conscription. Get for this size. Yes, as always, France and Britain announce an alliance. How typical. And thus in proper meme fashion, I will put my elite troops and I will name them to a I will name them, yes, the Waffle SS. Yes, the Waffle SS will bring us to greatness. For those who don't know, the reason why I'm not going for anti-tank is because the AI does barely uses tanks apart from German AI, so it doesn't really make sense. And even when you're not playing as the German Reich, it doesn't make sense because it's expensive. So it takes away your resources, your mills that you need desperately to produce other equipment, and it's just not worth it, in my opinion. I don't find a use for it. And make sure for your agents, see, they've just reached 100%, and now make sure that you prepare collaboration with governments for Russia, as it is massive, and you will need to either take over all of Moscow, Lenin, Stalingrad, and all these cities, and even far east, which is not very fun. And another tip is that make sure that when you're training your planes, is that you that same missions are only executed during the day. Now, this makes sense because inexperienced fighters have a higher chance. It even says night operations penalty, and since exercising counts as as one as a operation, there's a chance that your fighters will crash and you will lose some experience and you'll lose that plane. Not very fun, indeed. Make sure that you also put in the development as it can help you a lot. Make sure that you always approve it as approve the bomber sale, specifically the bomber sale, because you're not producing and you'll not be using any bombers, and it doesn't make sense for you to give away fighters when you need fighters desperately. And national Spain, has almost won the Spanish Civil War. Make sure we form the Rome-Berlin axis, even though it doesn't, even though Rome will still join us if we want these two states, Loren, Slovenia and Ljubljana, we will need it. We will need them to accept. But then Yugoslavia will join an alliance with Italy, and it will not be fun for us. And yes, more divisions inside Berlin. And there we go. Another army group will be used and is finished. And now we can train the Waffle SS. Yes, and it's a meme. I invented a meme. How exciting it is. The Waffle SS and the Luftwaffe will bring the German Reich to greatness. And we have the Waffle Marine, the Unterseebootwaffe. Ah, yes, everything can be turned into a waffle joke and hard to learn for, especially in Germany. A little tip for everyone to know that organization is very important, and the reason why I chose specifically mountaineers as they are one considered an a special force, which is crucial not only for the reason that they have other boosts, as we can see, same division template, 50 organization, but here we have 59. Same with soft attack, hard attack, defense, breakthrough, everything. And why, yes, normally I would have definitely went on for the adopt new Panzer doctrine for the combined arms, even though it gives you a bonus. The Prussian legacy will give you Creed, which will give you infantry, and technically the still the special forces still count as infantry divisions. So yes, and it's important. And in 1 month, they will have finished the collaboration government. For those who don't know, the collaboration government will basically make the surrender progress lower. and you'll have to take less and less of a country's territory and major cities and victory points. And since the USSR is the biggest, it does not make sense for me to not put a collaboration government. Now, why are we making so many infantry divisions? Is because special forces divisions like the Waffen SS, they have a capacity that they must use. So you can't just make every single one a every one of your divisions a special forces. It just would not work, and it's just blatantly cheating, and it's impossible to do it. Our goal for is around 2.5 million, but I think we'll go over it. Now, since we're not using tanks, we don't need this, but division speed, same thing, coordination, but flexible organization is better than maneuver warfare. For one reason is because division speed is 5%, which is the same thing as maneuver warfare, but organization lost when moving, minus 15%. So that, and it's good. And there goes Slovenia. The London surrender, try for victory. And now we can develop maneuver warfare, which is not gonna happen. We're not gonna develop maneuver warfare as it's a waste of time. Make sure to go martial law, as martial law is really good. Make sure that you also have enough guns and manpower and equipment to to garrison your occupied states. Or or like Germany, you can just say you don't mind, you don't really care, and you just put a Reichskommissariat like we will be doing in Poland and in probably the rest of all of Europe and the world. By the way, the goal is just to invade the Soviet Union and win the war. And now we're doing the personal legacy. That is very nice and very good. And there goes. One thing I forgot to say is that when it's done, make sure that you immediately start a new one, because we will need it just to invade the Soviet Union. Actually, improve the motorized troops. Now, probably asking me, why are we producing trucks? You said that we're not going to be using any vehicles, any tank divisions. True, but I have one question for you. Why would you want your soldiers to be supplied by horses? It is less efficient and just generally not worth it. Sweden to the rescue. The amount of convoys that we need. That's a lot of convoys. And we should probably start building a bit of trains. And there goes improve the motorized troops, which we will not coincident really finally we will not be using motorized troops, we'll just be using just infantry. Nothing more, nothing less. And so it begins to see if the true test. We will see if if I can push Poland entirely without even doing anything. Let's go. And we just absolutely obliterated them without even letting the Soviets take anything. So let's take that local collaborator because it's better, and economy. We can just put these here and just spam them. And now we will put our here. Just move these right here. Put one right there. Make sure to put those divisions here and those here. And our next stop is to get Denmark after the Benelux. So, let's go for a little joyride. We've capitulated them. Now, the real challenge is seeing if we can do the exact same thing to Belgium. Yep, wow, that took a long time. And more guns, I guess. We'll just make more guns, and we'll just trade Siam for these. Make sure that we do this really quick. Okay, and now we can begin. Alright, it's gonna be a blood. Oh, and there goes our friends, the Belgians, the waffle makers, and just spread ourselves across France and take Paris. And I have just got through a blitzkrieg without even using panzers. That is really funny. I'm so proud of myself. Italy things by oh, okay. Italy, I see you. I see Italy right now. I can see Italy right now. Italy's actually cooking for once. For once, Italy is not bad. They're actually doing something well. I'm quite surprised. Oh, and they just got. Oh, they didn't get encircled yet. All the allies need to do is take this port, and Italy is certified. Oh, oh, look! Ah, yes, I knew it. Oh, and they. Oh, look at this. This is a spectacle for shows upon shows. And look at that equipment. Let's see their logistics. Artillery, guns, everything is basically non-existent because they're even in need of resources. Yeah, it's not a good time to be an Italian right now. So far, so far, we have we have and oh my and Italy has just caused 400 in the Axis. I have lost 147k, and I have invaded Poland and France, which have both done. I have just killed. I've killed almost. Oh yeah, I also have to add Netherlands and Belgium. Where's the Belgium waffle? Yep, and Luxembourg. So 7k plus 52k plus 204k plus 202k and plus 248k is comes to around 650k to 700k. Oh, and look, there is where Italy becomes more and more frustrating to the point that I don't even know why Italy would do this. Why Italy? Just why? So to send our divisions there, and since they're mountaineers, they're bound for absolute total annihilation in this region. They're mountaineers. Mountains make sense. We have just absolutely carried the Italians. And now that's it. We're going to declare war now. Okay, I will be back after I finish the peace agreement. This is gonna take a long time. There it is. But now, something very important we must do is put in a new world order. And yes, that was a reference to a video game and the mod of Hoi 4. Alright, now that's gonna be enough for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, as this challenge was to see if I could defeat the allies in Europe, except for the UK, and defeat the USSR, and I think I succeeded. So, if you want to see another video, make sure you subscribe and like, and comment down if you want to see a video of me attempting another challenge. So thank you for your support. I'll see you all next time. Bye.